Donkey today for December 12th goes to the America First Project. Now, what is the America First Project? It is a pro-Trump political action committee founded by former Breitbart News reporters, and these individuals are clearly in support of Roy Moore. Now, Roy Moore is running for a Senate seat in Alabama. Polls open now, right? Or now? They open now? Polls open now in Alabama. He's running against Doug Jones. Salute to Doug Jones for calling in here earlier. He's going up against the alleged pedophile Roy Moore. Roy Moore is absolutely the R. Kelly of the Republican Party. Turn that up a little bit. He's absolutely the R. Kelly of the Republican Party in Alabama. It's been allegations made against him saying that he molested and assaulted young girls when they were underage, with one accuser saying that she was as young as 14. Yikes. If you haven't heard this story yet and you're wondering why is Roy Moore still in the Senate race, well, it's because in the world of politics, all you have to do is deny your allegations and you can keep working. I bet Harvey Weinstein wished he had become an elected official instead of a Hollywood executive. But nevertheless, the American First Project had Roy Moore sit down and record an interview at the Alabama GOP headquarters. He discussed border security, health care, and tax reform. Regular things to discuss with someone running for Senate, right? Well, here's the thing. If you were accused of sleeping with underage girls, some as young as 14, what do you think the smart thing to stay away from would be? What do you think, Envy?
Underage girls.
What do you think, E?
Young girls.
Okay, now, I don't know if Roy Moore is guilty of these allegations or not. I have no idea. All I'm saying is, if you were accused of sleeping with underage girls, what would be the smart thing to stay away from? That's all I'm asking. Underage girls is the answer, right? Well, America's First Project is clearly ran by someone who wants to work for Saturday Night Live, because a sketch comedy of epic proportions happened recently, ladies and gentlemen. All right, see, the America First Project had Roy Moore sit down with a young woman named Millie March to do this interview. When I say Millie March is a young woman, I literally mean she's a young woman. In fact, she's 12. Okay? Yes, Millie March, who has gained notoriety as one of our celebrity-in-chief, Dope 45 smallest supporters, sat down with Roy Moore for an interview. The America First Project had 12-year-old Millie March sit down with a Senate candidate who has been accused of sleeping with underage girls. The visual on this is crazy. Some donkey todays just sell themselves. Let's hear some clips from this interview, please.
Are you going to support President Trump and help him build the wall?
Yes, I think we need something, and I think it could be stopped sooner than that with the military. I think the military could be used down with the Border Patrol and actually stop immigration, or not immigration. It's not illegal immigration. It's illegal aliens coming across the border, which is illegal. And I think that could be stopped in a relatively short time. And if we need to stop it permanently, we build the wall, and I think it would be not an inexpensive way to do.
I bet you he's sitting there thinking, oh, I'd like to build your wall. Oh, I'd like to secure your young border. Let me hear some more clips.
What are the most important issues to the voters of Alabama?
Well, I think one is religious liberty. I think we've got to look at that. Madison said a long time ago that if we don't preserve that, they will become tyrants and we will become slaves. Healthcare is a big issue because people can't afford it. It's not giving them good service. I think we need to open state borders. Taxes are always a problem.
Taxes. I bet you he'd like to tax her young reform. Did somebody zoom in on Roy Moore's crotch area to make sure he didn't have a boner? One of my favorite movies in the world is Devil's Advocate, when the young girl was on the stand accusing the guy of sexual assault, and Keanu Reeves was defending the guy, but then he looked down at the guy's crotch and notices he has a boner. Go watch this video, zoom in on Roy Moore's crotch, and make sure he don't have an erection, okay? While he's sitting there talking to this 12-year-old girl. Now that I think about it, why was Keanu Reeves looking at his client's crotch in this movie? Anyway, I totally understand why Keenen Ivory Wayans decided not to bring back In Living Color, okay? What sketch could they possibly do that's better than this? All right, Roy Moore accused of molesting and assaulting underage girls. The America First Project thought it would be a great idea to have Roy Moore interview with a 12-year-old girl. This is the equivalent of some company getting Chris Brown to teach a self-defense class to a group of women, all right? This is literally like when Bill Cosby was supposed to go out and have those sexual assault town halls where he was supposed to offer useful advice to young men about how to avoid being accused of sexual assault. Like, some things just aren't a good idea, people. And having an old man who's accused of sleeping with underage girls interview with an underage girl is one of them. Please give the America's First Project the biggest hee-haw.
All right.
I wake up every day thinking I'm in the Matrix, bro.
And as a parent, would you let your daughter go interview Roy Moore?
Well, clearly you must think Roy Moore is completely innocent if you allow that to happen.